What was that movie where
Good morning, everyone. This is Valerie, otherwise known as Chick Picker.
Chick Picker?
Always got to get the last word in, huh?
Yeah.
The last in.
Mama hated that about me.
Oh my gosh. How's everybody doing today?
Doing all right.
Hope everybody's having a good Tuesday. Is it Tuesday?
Hey, guess what?
What?
Sound number 2, Macari.
Yay!
I was
awesome.
very excited. Thanks. I was very excited. Sold that that shapewear maiden form.
Oh, nice. Good job.
Thanks.
Did everybody see my video yesterday?
Yes. It was good.
Thanks.
You definitely, I mean, I'm the same way, sis. I don't know how to edit for crap. But, it's gonna have to take practice.
It's gonna take something.
But I have to say, if you were to do that, even if you were good at editing, like super good at editing, I'd have to say, if you gave me a choice between your regular haul videos and that I'd pick your lives.
Yeah. Lives or just a regular video rather than a.
Yes.
Okay.
That's just my choice. I mean, there's other people that just like a good, here's this, and this, and I like to pick up this and okay, bye.
Yeah. I mean the recorded videos definitely get, money wise, I guess it gets better.
Do they get more views or something?
Yeah, they get more, I guess, views is what. But I mean, if it's live and then it's recorded, and you still get views, I don't know what the difference is. But anyway.
Hi, Nikki. You look pretty today. I seen you.
Hi.
Me too.
Thank you. What were you saying about lives?
Lives don't get as much.
Oh yeah.
Whatever on you. I mean, it really doesn't matter to me because I don't do it for the money anyway. But I was just trying to edit it. I had this thing in mind where I could do like an intro, put an intro in. And I think I know where I screwed up. So maybe I'll keep trying. I mean, that's all you can do is just keep trying and get better at it. So
yeah.
Morning, Maggie.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
Doing your channel. I mean, there's a lot of people who do their whole channel live, but they I've heard it said before. I think on Pusa Studios or something.
Yeah. Right.
I'm sure that there's people that do edited videos all the time, and but they weren't good at first either. They had to practice.
Yeah.
Because it's not something you just know how to do. You have to learn how to do it.
You have to figure it out. Yeah.
Now, I will do retakes when I'm making a video, but I don't edit.
I don't edit either.
And editing for me is not editing like if I mess up or whatever. I'm pretty, I mean, we've done this show for so long that it's all live and whatever it is, and you're seeing it live, and there's no way to change that.
I like videos that
know.
are not perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
me too.
that doesn't show the
Mhm.
real you.
Yeah.
But when I'm editing, I'm talking about, because I just wanted an intro to it.
Yeah.
And I couldn't figure that out.
Oh.
Foul.
This is a long banana.
It is a long banana.
Holy
Long nanner.
That is some banana.
Jesus. That is a big banana. Holy smokes.
Good morning, Mr. Sadie. He said content is more important than foo-foo crap.
Exactly.
So very true. Very true.
Hi Maggie.
Nikki.
I was reading on what is Tanya's Facebook page, Poshmark chat and Macari or something, or
Yeah.
that Tanya's group, Facebook group. Anyways, I
Yeah.
was reading on there this morning. Somebody was at one of the bins, I think in Texas, Austin, Texas or something. And a rat ran there. She was looking through the clothes and a rat ran up her arm.
Oh,
So good to know.
I'd have
Thank
crapped my
you.
pants.
Thank you for that, Nikki.
Oh,
Bye.
all right. That's it. I'm never going. Never.
Bye.
It's in
Bye,
there.
Nikki. It was nice knowing you.
Morning, Val.
that's,
Yeah.
I mean, I suppose why wouldn't there be,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
so
I don't
much
wanna-
stuff.
I don't want to think about that.
I know, I don't either.
No, I'm sorry, but you
I don't
gotta
even go to the men's, and I don't want to think about it.
Well, that's like I was at this one auction, and
We're not doing rat stories this morning.
No, well-
that's too freaking early for that.
there wasn't an actual rat. But
It was a play rat.
no, it was the person. It was like a 2 storage shed, whatever, and the guy was like, he died, and the stuff had been in storage for 50 years or whatever, and or 20 years, whatever it was. Anyways, all the stuff was nothing but rat poop and pee. The stuff was all it was covered with it.
Oh.
So I didn't buy anything like linens or anything like that. Only bought like hardwood.
Bishop Pickens says, I like my reseller videos. I like my adult videos. No fluff.
No fluff.
So you guys, I'm excited about this piece that I found yesterday. I'm like so excited about it.
What is it?
Is that Crown Tafari or what?
No, it is
Oh.
Christian Dior.
Oh, Christian Dior.
Ooh, nice.
I know.
I'm gonna bring it out because I'm excited about it. It's like one of the better pieces that I've ever really found. And I didn't even, when I was looking at it, I didn't even know what it was. I just thought, that's kind of a cool little brooch.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Because I couldn't see I didn't take my loop with me, and so I couldn't see the signature on the back.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought, well, yeah, that's pretty ornate and everything. Didn't even think that it was Christian Dior. And then I got it home and started, looking at it and brought it up, and there it was.
Where did you find it? In a thrift shop?
Huh?
You found it in a thrift shop?
Yep, my local thrift shop.
Awesome.
So it plainly says Christian Dior.
Yeah. Yep.
But is it does it have like a gold signature or anything, or 925 or anything like that?
No, there's no 14
It's
karat
just-
gold, or it's just gold plated.
Hmm.
I mean, there's nothing that says that, but that's,
Yeah.
And I put the magnet on it, and it was magnetic and everything. So
Yeah.
But
But that's not saying anything. I mean, I'm sure that they have their line of.
Oh yeah.
know.
I mean, you would be amazed at some of those Christian Dior brooches. I mean, they go for hundreds. They go for hundreds. 14 karat gold, I think, went for 600. That was similar to that. But I listed this one at 250.
Oh,
I have
awesome.
a Christian Dior necklace.
Why do you still have it?
I don't know if it's real or not. I have no clue. I don't want to list.
I'm sure if you take it to your jeweler, they'll tell you if it's real or not.
Real what?
Like
real Christian Dior?
Yeah.
Maybe.
I don't know anything about it.
Does it have a stamp on it?
I think so. Yeah. Yeah, it does.
Okay.
Let me see if I have it here.
Yeah, I mean, I would say the likelihood, and I could be completely off on this, but I would say the likelihood of something like that being duplicated or, you know, replicated, I would say that's probably not going to happen.
I don't know. To me, it didn't look, I don't know. To me, it didn't look like it was quality.
Okay.
And I would imagine Christian Dior would be quality. I don't know anything about it, but all I know is it's usually a fancy brand. So I don't know, but do I know quality? Probably not. You know, I don't know anything about jewelry. So we'll see. I don't know. I've had it for probably a year.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Mr. Sadie. He said, mouse ran up my leg last year in the chair that I'm in right now at my shop. Scared the crap out. Oh my gosh.
Oh,
I would shit.
I would. They'd have to put me in a.
Oh man, I'd have a heart attack. You'd have to bury me tomorrow.
Yep.
Hank wants to know if you can control the weather with your juju, please.
Shoot, I wish I could. It'd be sunny and 75 here. You bet your bottom dollar.
I don't know if I got it here.
Mr. Sadie said Christian Dior clothing is not done well for me. Sometimes, you know, and I know that a lot of like sellers, you know, resellers have found this, but like if you have something, like if you have a piece of jewelry and it's by say Michael Kors, it's kind of phased out. You know, it's still a good brand, but it's kind of phased out. It's kind of had its day in the limelight. But like Michael Kors, he has there's a lot of things with that brand on it. There's a lot of items in his realm, you know. But usually, like when they bring something, like Michael Kors has really good purses, you know, but then they start spinning off to like clothing and like shoes and some of that stuff doesn't do as well. You know, your jewelry could do really well with Christian Dior, and the clothing sucks. You know, it could be a bottom end brand, and you know, sometimes it doesn't do as well.
Right. Sometimes it's the people don't even know that they make that stuff. You know,
right.
It's like
right.
Christian Dior shoes and stuff, and they're like, well, I thought they made, you know, jewelry and perfume and you know, just have no idea.
It seems it's almost like, you know, they make one item and then they just kind of they play on the whole, you know, the perfume and the makeup and you know, all that. So I don't know.
Good morning, Frankie.
Good morning, Frankie. Good morning, Hank. Mr. Sadie. Let's go up.
It's funny you guys are talking about jewelry because I dug this stuff out today to bring to town with me so that I could look through it to see if there's anything for Valerie Texas Valerie for her mother's thing she's making her. And it's funny you guys are talking about jewelry. I actually brought some jewelry with me. So I was gonna send it to her for her mother's thing she's making.
What's she making?
She's making a real pretty thing with jewels on it. Vintage jewels.
Jewelry? Like a piece of jewelry?
Yeah, well, she's doing one of those, like, you know how they do those like Christmas trees with different jewels?
Uh-huh.
Well, she's doing a heart thing for her dad. Well, for her mother. She's gonna give it to her mother, but it's in memory of her dad.
Huh.
And it's a real cute idea she's making. So I was gonna look through my jewelry here and see if I had anything that I could send her for it. Okay, I found the necklace, and it says on it, choker Christian Dior. It says it on the bag, and I'm pretty sure it said Christian Dior somewhere on it.
So it's like a new piece?
No, it's a bag of, like, I imagine somebody had it at their rummage sale or something, or
Oh, okay.
or something. And I got my goofy glasses on. All right, sitting at my daughter, so I don't have any of my stuff here. But this is it.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that's
See it?
pretty.
That's beautiful.
Can you see it?
Can you get it closer?
My camera's shitty right now, but
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, yeah.
That's beautiful. You need to be listing that.
and it says I can't see nothing, so I gotta use my spectacles here. I thought there was a marking on it when I looked at it one time. Yeah, it says right there. It says CHR Dior
Yeah.
on
What's
it,
that?
and then on the other.
Do they do that? Is CHR like a short for that? Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, but to me it just doesn't look like quality. I don't know, the necklace part of it feels kind of quality, but the rest of it, I don't know, maybe it's just me, but and all the jewels or rhinestones or whatever they are on there looks like they're all intact.
Yeah.
Don't look like anything's missing.
Yeah,
So, yeah,
I would definitely list that.
I've had it for like a year, maybe more.
Yeah, you need to get it listed, get it up.
What are you waiting for?
I have no clue what it's only on the Christian Dior is only on the connectors.
But that's where it's gonna be. I mean, as long as it's stamped somewhere.
Yeah, I don't see any other markings on it. And then the back is, I don't know, it just kind of looks.
It's costume jewelry, though. I mean, that's the way costume jewelry looks, and but I mean, even being costume jewelry, it can still have a hefty price on it. You can,
Maybe I better look it up and see.
Yeah, I would definitely do that.
Maybe I'll just send it to Valerie.
It's kind of funny because it's like I'm used to Nikki telling me, why isn't that listed?
I know.
Like the tables have turned.
It has.
But Mr. Sadie says I've been wearing Ralph Lauren Polo cologne since the 1980s, and it's still pricey. Yeah. That's a really good cologne, actually.
Mm-hmm.
I found some crystals.
And Frankie says I use picture frames to make the jewel frames.
Yep.
Yeah. I seen a really cool thing the other day because me and I think it was Joanna was talking to me about growing my own vegetables and stuff, making a little herb garden, and I was looking at something, and I think I don't know if it was somebody in this group that posted it, but they got dollar store frames, and they made like an atrium, or is that what it's called? An atrium, like an inside growing. It looks like a house.
Yeah.
But not all the sides are covered.
Right.
But they took dollar store frames and glued them together, like one on this side, one on this side, one on the bottom, and then one on each side to make a frame like that. And then one on each side. It was really cool.
I used to only use dollar store frames in my house.
Used to what?
I used to only use dollar store frames in my house. Nice frames.
Yeah.
So what was the reason for
Terrarium? Or terrarium.
Oh.
I think it's terrarium. Maybe not.
I'm confused.
What do you mean? It's like you just put you put your plants in the bottom of it.
Yeah.
And like it looks like a greenhouse.
Yeah,
Okay.
It's really cool.
Hi, Lori. What you doing on here?
Morning, Lori.
Her surgery was canceled.
Oh,
Yeah.
me? Yeah, it was changed
Oh.
to next Tuesday.
Oh my gosh.
I would be
Yeah.
pissed.
Which I didn't know about it until yesterday when I was calling to find out because they never called me for my time to be there today.
Oh my gosh.
So they're like,
I'd be pissed.
so I called and I said, what's going on? I said, I still haven't received my call. She said, well, we've sent out all of our morning calls as to when the scheduling is. I said, well, I haven't got one. It's on my paper right here, 2/25/2020. She said, well, let me see what's going on. So she had me
my
call
God.
the hospital. They had me call the surgery wing. I was nowhere to be found.
Oh my
So then I
god.
called the office back and they said, well, hold on, we'll have to get his assistant, who set me up with this.
Who needs
So
to
she
freaking
called me.
fired?
Yeah, she called me back and she said, where did you get 2/25/2020? I said, you wrote it down on the paper. Your name's Linda, right?
Yeah.
She said, yeah. I said, that's what you wrote down. She said, oh, wrote 2/25 and was thinking March 3rd for some reason. So they had me down for March 3rd.
Oh my god.
That's
Yeah.
a little bit off.
I
Yeah.
said, are you
Yeah.
sure I'm not going to lose a foot or something while I'm in there? You got the right surgery, right? I'm not going to come out with one leg.
I'll make a
I'd be
meal.
pissed. I don't, doctors just tick me off because they think that your time is not as important as theirs.
Right.
And people that are having surgery, they plan for it. People take days off of work, and in most jobs, when you take days off of work for like that, you can't just go back to work and say, hey, can I work today because it
Yeah.
got canceled? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right.
That's
A lot
why I
of
told her,
people
I said,
jobs that can't do that.
well, I have people that have changed their schedule around this so that they can help
Exactly.
me when I'm home.
Yeah.
I
Mhm.
said, that's not right. I said, somebody dropped the ball.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I was a little
Oh,
pissed.
I
That's
would
why,
be.
that's
Oh,
why I have I'm a little pissed mug. I don't know if you can read that.
and yeah, people.
If I can find it.
What? Wait. Keep it still.
When I was going to have weight loss surgery.
Did you read it?
Yeah, it's
Did you
good.
sing the song while you were
Yes.
reading it?
Yep.
Good
When I
job.
was going to have weight loss surgery, I worked at this place, and I mean, I was one of those people that did every program that our job did. I did them all. So there was like 3 people who had to cover me while I was gone, and
Yeah.
so I trained people in. They moved people into my group so that they could be trained in to do my job. And yeah, the morning or the afternoon before they canceled my surgery, I said some coarse words and I was just ticked. And I mean, I said, how can you just cancel somebody's surgery like that? I said, people have been hired and moved to my group and
Mhm.
stuff. People have taken days off so that they can help me. People
Right.
have, you know, my whole job was totally, completely changed around. I mean, we planned this
Yeah,
for like a month.
they don't care. They
And
don't think about that part of it.
oh, so mad. Needless to
I
say, I
mean,
never got it
On a
because
good note, that gives me another week to get things that I didn't get done completed, which, but still, it was things that didn't have to be done. It's stuff that,
Right.
you know, I could
Yeah.
tell them how to do it and they'd be able to do it. But,
yeah,
Man, that is just
it's the fact that I'm going to be in pain for another week.
right.
yeah.
Because if
Yeah,
I
that
step
too.
just a slight wrong way, I mean, it's like, "Ugh," you know, I just want to throw something or hit something. So it's like,
Another week that you can't go about your life.
right? So
Yeah.
and you know, other stuff I want to do and you know get done, and it's like, oh. So,
Man.
Hey,
but it's a
silver
pain.
over copper.
Well, I don't know. Like I always say, you know, there's a reason for everything. So maybe there was a reason for that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
maybe the
would've-
doctor just decided to get drunk today.
Yeah.
No.
Maybe he
Exactly.
he will take somebody else's leg.
Like,
Not mine, bye.
See, just consider yourself lucky.
You better pray for whoever's there today.
I'm gonna ask him. I'm gonna tell him. I'm gonna say when I see him. I said, now with the screw up we had last week, I'm not gonna walk out of here with half a leg, right? You know.
You better put a big old
Because
X
if
on
I
my
do,
knee
I'm
right
gonna-
now.
I said, if I do, I'm gonna find that other half and I'm gonna kick your ass with it.
There you go. Oh, Val. She said she had to have her dog put to sleep yesterday.
Oh.
That's hard.
That's very, very. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, it's just
Very
about
hard.
as. I mean, I've not lost any children, but I can imagine that it would be like losing a child.
It is once you. I mean, you raise them from a puppy. I mean, look at Tanner. That was rough. You know, I've been around that a lot. You know, I've been around that growing up. Animals you hunt.
Right.
You know. Well, it was harder for me to watch Teresa than it was for the actual loss of Tanner. She'd never really experienced something that bad. So, and she's very, very tenderhearted, extremely tenderhearted.
Yeah.
And she's still mourning. So, I mean,
yeah,
it's like that video I posted yesterday. You can see Tanner jumping around up on the couch, you know, and she's like, ooh.
Yeah. But you know what? That it's a good thing though that you have that, so that you can go back and look at, you know.
Oh yeah,
he was such a cute dog.
He was always he had to be in the center of everything. Everything we did, he had to be there. So I mean, I said any videos and stuff, he wanted to be in it.
Yeah.
Speaking of video, we have a visitor. Hi. I was wondering when he's going to come out of your bed. Coming to make your appearance.
Hi, Bambi.
Come here, little chalupa. She's starting to look like a bratwurst instead of a wiener dog. She's getting so fat. Come here, Chubby. What, you can't jump up here?
Well, you definitely have my my thoughts and my prayers, and
yeah,
I'll be thinking about you.
That's hard.
Yeah.
You look like the Hindenburg with feet. Come here.
Maggie,
Look
I
how
can't
fat
hardly
you're
hear
getting.
you.
You're getting fat. Look, I didn't say give me a kiss. I said you're getting
Maggie?
fat.
Yeah.
What's that?
Oh, there she
there
is.
you are. There you are. I couldn't hear you.
Oh. I don't know.
I didn't ask to be tongue lashed. Quit.
Hi, Julie.
Morning, Julie.
Hi, Bambi.
Oh, we're getting a loving.
She's trying to cover my face.
Yeah.
Do you want to be there you go. You're
You ready to make out, Mama? You ready to make out?
She's like, you don't need to be here, Mom. Just hold me and I'll sit here and be on your show. Stinker.
That
Quit.
that is very true. So, I completely agree. It's good to have a place where you can share the good times and the bad. You know,
He's running around up there and over the Rainbow Bridge and chasing cats with Tanner.
Yep. Absolutely.
It's hard because your relationship with your pet is just all positive. They're loving. They never talk back. They don't, you know,
Yeah.
there for you. So
I know we ain't talking about Ringo.
He talks back to you.
Ringo talks back. Definitely.
Two of my cats are 19 years old, and I am just dreading the day.
That's a long time to have a cat.
Yeah.
I mean, 2 cats. That's
Yeah, they're both from the same litter.
That's crazy.
I got he'll be 18 this year, my oldest cat.
Yeah.
If he makes it through the year, he'll be 18.
We keep thinking, we thought when we moved up, because we move twice a year, we go down to the shore and then we come back here. And every time we think, Jack won't ever go back to the other place. And then sometime we bring him back. No, he hangs in there.
Well, I think it goes to show that, if an animal has a good life, they're treated well, they're gonna last a long time.
Mm-hmm.
They're happy and
spoiled and
they spoiled. Yeah, that goes right along with it. I think their lifespan is definitely lengthened because they're happy. Absolutely.
Morning, Bum Crack.
Oh. But yeah. So yeah, I did go to the thrift store yesterday. And I always make it sound like it's a horrible thing, like I've broken some kind of
cardinal rule or something.
But I don't want to do that anymore. I want it to be positive. I want it to be a positive.
Yeah, it should be a positive thing.
Than a negative, and I need to get out.
It's buying inventory for your business. That's the way I look at it.
That's right. I mean, even though I have plenty, that's what I was thinking yesterday because I almost didn't go, because I was trying to basically talk myself out of it. And I'm like, you know what though? What if there's something there that I'm gonna miss out on, and it was meant for me?
Right.
It was meant for me to find it, and what if? And
I get that. I get that way.
So, I'm just. I need to get out and go and do and find all the good stuff, and so I just kind of went with my gut and said, screw it, I'm going. So
I get that gut feeling that says you need to go and you need to go now.
Yeah.
And it's like I could be doing something like just sitting here, and it's like all of a sudden I get that urge, like you better go. It's like, is Mom at the thrift shop? Saying hey, because she used to love to go to the thrift shop too. So, but that's what when I got that jewelry bag, with that watch in it, it was, I don't know if I want to go or not. Teresa's like, well, if you don't want to go, we can stay home. I was like, no, let's go. And then I walk in, it's like, oh God, there's a jewelry bag. Do I want it? Because I know I got all this jewelry.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking, and I looked at it and I was like, I don't think I'll get it. And then I walked about 3 feet and I turned around and said, put that behind the counter for me. I want that. I'll be back up to get it. Because my gut was just like on fire, like saying, you better get it. You need to get it. So I did. And so, but yeah, I go with my gut. When my gut says go, I go.
Yeah.
I might buck up a little bit and argue with it, but I end up doing it.
Yeah. Huh. And I think just having more control over, the things that that you're buying, you know. Like I didn't have to fill up my cart, you know. I didn't have to fill it up
Right.
all, you know, high and buy everything. But I found some good stuff. Um, so
I'm
it's not
getting
a
a
bad.
little pickier with my
Yeah, absolutely.
purchases because I figure I've got a lot of clothes. I've still got clothes I need to list, so I don't buy clothes because I don't want to add to that because I have a clothing rack
Hmm.
next door, and I take 5 items, list it, and then I rotate another 5 items to the front and do all that. But I'm thinking I don't need that. Let's get some hard goods. And it's like
Yeah.
this last trip I made, they had 50% off of all the health and beauty aids. Plus, they had other stuff in there marked down. Then I had a $5 off coupon, and I bought 5 different hair roller sets that I know I'm going to make money on because every time I list them, I sell them.
Yeah.
So I got them for after all the discounts and the coupon. I paid $16 for everything I bought, and so that averaged out like $1.02 a piece for everything. So I got those 5, I think it's either 5 or 6 hair rollers sets. I got a pair of Coogie jeans, which I don't normally pick those up, but they were a big men's size. I mean, I'm not skinny, but I would fit in both legs of those.
Right.
One leg, they're like really big.
Yeah.
And so normally they're like $10. So, and I got a few other little things. I was like,
Yeah.
I'm glad we went.
Yeah, I think it's good to go every once in a while and just even if you do have inventory that you can list, I think it's good just to go and get something to like freshen it up,
Yeah.
Right.
like because
Get
I
you
have
excited.
yes,
Even just to get you excited, keep
and the motivation,
Yeah.
keep the motivation running.
Yeah,
Because you're going to want to get that stuff,
fresh.
especially if you know it's going to bring you some money.
Yeah.
You don't want it sitting there because clothes, to me, clothes do bring you money, but they're a trickle in. They hit or miss days with clothing. But when you've got certain items that sell on a regular basis and you find it, you want to list it. So you're all excited to get home and get it listed.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
Well, like those 511 tactical pants that I got. I mean, those sell.
yeah.
Those will sell as soon as, probably within a week.
Right.
Those will sell. So I always buy those. Those are kind of a given. These Western pants. Those things are in right now. So if you find Rocky Mountains or Lawman or any of those Western high-waisted mom jeans that were in the 80s, more in the 90s, it was kind of a 90s theme. But if you find those, yeah, get them and get those things listed because they're selling. They're back in style.
Mm-hmm.
But
especially if you find ones that the waist is like, okay, from the sides it goes up. Mm-hmm. Like, have you seen those? Like, I remember having those.
Yeah.
Like instead of one button on top, it has like 5.
Uh-huh.
And they go like this.
Yep.
Like at the, towards your belly button.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yep. So, but yeah, I'm gonna try to not, because this staying at home thing, it's just not getting it for me. I am getting cabin fever, and I just feel, I get depressed.
Even if you just take a lunch and go sit at the park or something.
Yeah.
You don't have to go to, shopping every time. Just go outside.
Yeah.
So that's what I do. I'll just take the dogs for a walk. You know, I can't now, but I did. So.
Yeah.
Or my sister will say, "You want to go to Kroger's?" Yeah, I'll go. Even if I don't need anything, it's like, yeah, okay, I'll go. Just to get away from things for a bit.
Yeah. And I think you need, and it's not like I think one thing that I'm worried about is like I'm going to be gone too long, and that's going to, have an effect on my listing and every. But I mean,
Yeah, but you're not even before, like, whenever you, I mean, going and sourcing inventory is part of the process. So you
Right.
have to make time to do.
Yeah.
I mean, even if you're not sourcing,
Yeah.
there's still got to be time there.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, that you would have sourced, even if
Right.
you know, even if you have inventory, you still need to have that time that you put towards sourcing.
Yeah.
And if you don't use it for sourcing, then whatever.
Yeah.
I get listing burnout where I've list,
Oh,
and
yeah.
I'm like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do it. I ain't doing it. That's
Mhm.
why I have a day of the week where I don't do anything related to eBay.
Wow.
Oh,
I work around the
Mm.
house or just sit. If I want to watch TV, I will watch movies or just something to take my mind off of it for a while because you do get burnout.
yeah.
And
Trust me, you get burnt out. Texas Tigress wanted to know about, she's got hot rollers that I think hot roller set that she hasn't been able to give away practically. You know, those things they used to be every one of them, any set would sell. Now they're kind of hit and miss. Only certain ones sell and certain
well,
ones
I've
don't.
got
You don't even get close to what you used to get for them. Oh my God, years
Mhm.
ago, any hot roller set you found, man, it would sell just like that for.
the more vintage, the better they sell. The more modern ones, they still sell, but it's a timing thing.
Yeah.
Like right now, you have dance competitions, you have cheerleading competitions, all that stuff going on right now.
Pageants,
And
weddings.
Claire, all kindness always sells good for me
yep. And
because they're Danish.
you should be having proms coming up. You know, a lot of girls go get their hair done, but some girls can't afford that. So they have their moms or their sisters do it and they need a hair roller set. To me, I set it up. I list them all year long, but that seems to be when they sell the best.
Yeah.
And make sure you clean really good. And, you know, I take all the rollers out and clean them real good. I clean a lot of times the base itself where the roller's set, have hairspray on them.
Yep.
I get in there with an alcohol swab. I just clean that real good and blow it out, make sure there's no hair in there. And, you know,
Maybe you can try putting either, if you got room in the title, maybe put wedding or prom or something in there.
yeah, weddings, proms, cheer competition, dance competition. You know, if you can get all that in there.
Yeah, and kind of
pageants.
Maybe try
Pageants,
to look at other listings that are out there for the same item
and see what they sold for.
Also pick your, you know, maybe see if they have some keywords that you don't have yet.
Right.
You know, change your title around, change some words around, you know, add some more, freshen up that listing, and look at your solds. You know, sometimes your solds aren't. I mean, you looked at when you listed it, you looked at the solds, but they may not be the same as they were. So maybe you need to adjust the price up or down, and you know, I don't know.
Put Preacher Do into it. It'll sell for sure then.
Preacher Do.
I have to use those little tiny rollers and have to do my hair with to give it that volume that I want it to have.
Frankie said she had a good sale yesterday, $125 worth of old upholstery fabric. Good day.
Wow.
That's awesome.
Good job.
Very good.
What are we gonna do when her and Frankie's finds come in both at the same time?
Huh?
I don't know.
She's Frankie too.
I guess we'll cross that bridge when we come to it.
Every time I hear you say Frankie, I want to say hi to Frankie's finds.
Yeah.
Frankie 1 and Frankie 2.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, sometimes we you know, kind of set it and forget it type of thing, and sometimes we need to revisit the price and, you know, look at the listing and see what we can change about it, and then hopefully that'll do the trick. So, man, crickets.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just like zoned out. My
There's
ADD.
only there's only crickets because Tom put something in his mouth.
Oh.
I'm eating a Nutty Buddy.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm hungry.
That
They
Nutty,
keep-
I take them apart. I can't eat them like that. I take them apart layer by layer.
I used to love Nutty Buddies.
Todd's being snarky because he had a good day with Silver yesterday. We went up to Canada with a big trailer.
As I read
Yeah.
that. I'm thinking, what the heck did she eat?
For anybody who doesn't know what I'm talking about, I had a dream. I took a nap yesterday. I had a dream about Todd that he flew here and wanted me to take him up to Canada to pick up a whole trailer load full of silver.
Oh my God.
I don't know what it is, but when I eat tater tots, I have some of the weirdest dreams at night. I don't know what it is about tater tots, but
Really?
yeah.
First, we had to stop at the Lutherans.
No, Mr. Sadie, I just got up. I took Roberta to work this morning, dropped Slash off at the bus stop because he had to go to the university for his class today. I came back in and sat down my recliner with my cat, a blanket, and a cup of coffee, and I just woke up.
Good old blanket. That does it every time.
Yeah.
Every time.
I just don't sleep at night. And then I want to sleep all day. So I think I'm going to just go to third shift and
Get you one of those, some of that CBD oil and puff on it in a vape. That puts me to sleep at night. I'm like, okay, I'm done. Bye.
Yep.
well, I'll just come in and I'm sleepy, then I'll lay down and then I'm wide awake. Yeah. And I sit there and all this stuff runs through my mind. I should have got this done. I should have did this. Should have done that.
Yeah.
Hey, bum crack.
Yeah. Work nights for a little bit and then you'll want to sleep during the night. You'll miss it.
Yeah, definitely.
Show you what you're missing for a little bit.
Yeah, if I can't sleep, I'm up listing something. It's usually pieces of jewelry, but.
Hi, Melanie. You said, do any of you use promoted listings on eBay?
Oh
I
yeah, we're
do.
stuck in it.
Yep.
I do 1% on everything.
They
'Cause-
married me.
Yeah, I don't want to give them any more than I have to, so I do 1%.
I wish I could say I only gave him 1%.
I can't. I look at it as like if I give them 5% of my profit, that's money in their pocket and taking it out
Yeah.
of mine. So 1%
You
seems to
know-
be working for me.
My take on it is why not use them? Because you don't pay unless you sell.
Right.
Right.
So, I mean, the percentage, that's all up to you. But I mean, I've heard people do well with 1%. I've heard people do well with 5%, whatever. But
And if you
I mean,
have
all
a
depends
store,
on what you
you
want to
get
do. But I just say, why not? I mean,
And as far as the percentage goes, I think it would be based on the amount that you're going to make on it. I mean, if, like, for instance, Funko Pops, some of my Funko Pops, I might only spend $1 or 50 cents on them from, when I buy them in bulk, and then I might only make $5 off them. Then we start taking out the shipping fees. Well, not shipping fees, but your PayPal fees and your eBay fees. And then you got your promotional fees. It's like, that's only going to leave me a few dollars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Never will. Promoted listings are the devil's work.
yeah.
1% I can live with.
You can't make me.
Nope.
Well, you could, but you'd have to hold a gun to my head. Which I'm
and I don't do everything on promoted listings either all the time.
Mr. Sadie.
I do every single time. And I understand why eBay did it because even my convenience store that I work at does it. They have the rewards program where they're giving away points, which is the same as money, and they're offering their customers, for them to come back and everything. They want to entrap them. And so they want to show them, oh, we'll give you a discount on on whatever, and you know,
Come to my web, said the spider to
Yeah,
the fly.
definitely. And so, you know, even these businesses are doing it. So, and this is the way I have to think about it. Okay, if I make a sale through promoted listings, then I'm paying, if I if I make a sale through promoted listings, I have to talk with my hands. I don't know why.
Jazz hands. Woo!
That's right.
So, okay.
She can't talk if she was just sit on her hands, she wouldn't be able to talk.
I've lost it.
Her train of thought just derailed.
You probably every week you probably have lost leaders too, don't you?
It's like she's directing a plane.
Yeah. Yeah.
To get people to stop in there, like milk. I did not realize it, but our convenience stores in Charlotte have their milk's cheaper than the grocery store is.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Because
Our
what
UDF's
happens?
like that.
You walk to the back of that damn store to get your milk, and on the way back, you got to get you a snack. Maybe
That's
go
why
by
they
and
got
get
it
you
in
a
the
big
back
old
of the
icy.
store.
Then you have to walk by the dadgum burritos and chupalupas and everything else, and you've gone in for a $4 a gallon of milk, and you come out of there with after spending $15.
Yeah,
that's what Quick Trip does. I mean, they've got food that's on sale for like $1 one day, and then another kind of food for $1. They got soup day on Tuesdays, where you get your soup really, really cheap. And macaroni
With
and
a
cheese.
loose lid.
Yeah, and that was at Herbs and Gerbs. But, but yeah, they do that, and they make a killing on that stuff. And if they got to take a loss on one thing, they're getting you in the door.
Yeah, exactly. We have one grocery store here in town that their loss leaders are always at the very back of the store on the back end cap.
Yeah.
So you got to walk to the back of the store.
Yep.
And to get the loss leader, whatever it is.
sure.
And so on the way back up there, you're going to go, well, I need a pound. I need to get some sugar.
Yep.
Or I need to get a loaf of bread. I wish I told the manager of the store that I shop at all the time, I said, y'all need to put up signs up here. You need to get rid of all this BS stuff you got up here and put a sign that says, did you forget bread? Did you forget butter?
Yeah.
Because I'll go into a store to buy something, bread. And then I'll end up getting, I'll remember that Sasha said we need some more milk and all that kind of stuff. And I'll walk out of the damn store without getting the bread.
Yeah. I do that all the time.
So
Good morning, Tara.
There's one reason we don't have a sign we have a sign on the bathroom door, but we don't have a sign saying the bathroom is at the end of the building, because we want them to come in and ask them where the bathroom is.
Right.
Because once they're in the building, then
We got you. You're stuck.
Yeah. Want some candy bars? Want some?
That's what I hate about IKEA. Have you ever been in the IKEA building?
No, but I
Yeah.
heard it's a maze.
You have to go in this certain way and follow these little arrows and go through every single department to find what you're looking for. I'm like, no, I don't, and you can't get out. There's only one way in and one way out.
There is shortcuts, but it looks like a dadgum employee. It'll say to such and such an area.
Yeah, and it's
but it looks like an
confusing.
employee door. It doesn't
Yeah.
look like a customer door, but it's meant, for anybody to cut through there.
I hate it. My kids took me there thinking, oh, you're going to love this place. I don't like it. If I'm looking for a certain cabinet or a certain set of glasses, I want to go in, buy what I want, and leave. I don't want to have to go and look at sheets and pillowcases and designs of a kitchen and designs of a bedroom. It's like, I don't need that. That's a waste of my time.
Right.
So I'm going to Walmart or I will order it online. So,
but you can't get IKEA quality at Walmart.
Well, at least my stuff's put together for the most part.
Because I'm gonna tell you what, we have three tall chests in our bedroom. That's what we use for dressers and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
And it takes 2 people in the hand truck to move those daggum things once you put them together. I mean, they are heavy. And yes, I have them bolted to the wall before anybody starts saying that. Also, my children knew they'd get their butts tore up if they were climbing on my furniture. But that's another story.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know, the first time you go to IKEA, you're looking at everything, and you get to where they have the little houses set up back there in the back.
Yeah.
And that's pretty cute. You know, that would make a lovely little beach place, you know, or a place up in the mountains. It's big enough for me and Mom, and you know, there's a little bunk area over here for 2 kids. And but after you've been there once,
you don't want to see it again.
You want to get what you want, you get. And guess what? All the glass pots, any of that stuff is at the very end of the damn tour.
Exactly. And then you go into the big warehouse area where you can go.
Where you have to go through it to pick up all your stuff at.
Yep. It's like, I just want a table. I don't want to look at every piece of product that you guys offer. I could look at the catalog to do that, or go on.
I've never stepped into an IKEA. We've got one down in the Twin Cities, and my husband keeps wanting me to go, and I keep saying no.
Unless you want to waste about an hour.
The
little arrows, and then they walk you right past the Swedish meatballs, you know, and you're like, oh, those smell good. So
an hour. I've never come out of IKEA.
That's minimum.
Morning up. Because when I was doing merchandising, I had a couple of big jobs that I did up on the north side of town. And I would always stop by there and get the $1.59 breakfast, which was a lot of food. And it was good. Good morning, Jug Girl, 71, also known as Patty.
Well,
have you been to the IKEA store up by the Speedway?
One time just up behind, Gary had to go down to the Twin Cities, and I didn't go. It was just him and my daughter, because he goes down there for his doctor, you know, his asthma doctor. Anyways, I put an order for 5 IKEA bags, but I knew he was going and I didn't have to go. So that's why I put the order in for the bags, which my daughter confiscated. So I got to go get some more bags. The last time we were by IKEA, Gary's like, oh, well, we should go get you some more bags. And I was like, yeah. And then we pulled into the parking ramp, and I was like, no, I don't want to go in there.
No.
Do they have them at the beginning now or at the end? Because
yeah, just walked me all over the goddamn Mall of America. So I was like, I'm pooped. I don't want to go in there.
That's where I want to go.
Because that sounds like fun. The Mall of America.
I want to go to the Mall of America.
Yeah,
there is a
Mall
TV.
Of America so many times, it's not that exciting.
There is well, for somebody who lives in Charlotte, North Carolina, that we don't have. Oh, that's a sweet hat there, girl. You know, we don't have the Mall of America here in Charlotte.
Damn it, they could hold a basketball on either side.
Right?
I tell you.
What size is it?
It looks like
that's cantaloupe size.
That's like a triple F.
Just call me Tithead.
I remember one day my mother-in-law was in cancer treatments, and she had to go down there for like 3 days, and quite a few times down to the Twin Cities. Well, I stayed at the Hope Lodge. They gave me a room for free at the Hope Lodge, but during the day I had to figure out what to do, because I couldn't. She had to have these radioactive leads put inside of her, and so I wasn't able to go visit her at all. And so I had to find something to do all day while she was in the hospital. So one day I rode the train. It went to the Mall of America. I just bought an all-day pass on the train, and I sat and rode the train back and forth all day from the Mall of America to wherever it would end, and then back again.
Wow.
Sally, that bra looks like my cloth bowling ball buffer bag.
That's right. You going back and forth.
You remember them? They had the handles and you just drop it in there and go like that.
A friend of mine went to the Mall of America. He was taking care of some business up there, and he forgot where the hell he parked.
Oh yeah.
And the security guard that was trying to help him remember, what did you see when you first came into the mall? To pick a spot on it. He had to wait till about 11:30 that night after the mall closed, and they rode him around the parking lot, all the parking decks, looking for his car.
Oh God.
That's why
So
they need to put up, like they do at Kings Island. They have all the Hanna-Barbera characters on every little thing. It
They
says
have-
you're either Scooby-Doo 10. That would be me.
Yeah.
At the Mall of America, they have state names and animals, so you can remember where you parked.
Apparently, he didn't remember.
That's what I do at the airport. Whenever I park my car, I'll take a picture of
Yeah.
The sign.
They have the little hut
Yeah.
that you stand by and the bus will come pick you up. So I take a picture of the hut, and then I take a picture of where it's at, third row, whatever.
Now I love going to the Mall of America because there's this Italian place that's got a really good Italian food. And my husband brought me there the last time we were in the cities, and I was like, my mouth just waters for it. It was so good. So I was like, And I like going to, they have a Five Below there, which I like going to.
I love Five Below. I
We've
could
got one here in town.
love that store.
I heard that they have one in a place that's not far from me, and I think I'm going
Where's that at?
Morning, Karen.
in Mount Pleasant.
Ah.
You coming to Mount Pleasant,
There's
South
so much
Carolina, or
cool
North Carolina?
stuff in there.
That's a far piece to go to a Five Below, girl.
45 minutes.
I love Five Below and I love the Dollar Tree. Those are my favorites. I go in there to keep my snack bucket filled up. I keep a snack bucket back here with little things in it. So I go to the Dollar Tree. Oh, get low. Gotta go to the Dollar Tree. I need some more Vienna sausages. You get them for like a quarter, I think.
I
The only
thought
thing-
Rick, that they were
The only
open-
thing,
I used to like watching that show about the Mall of America security guards.
uh-huh.
They're
Paul Blart.
pretty well trained. They're not like your normal rent-a-cop. They're pretty well trained. They're the Mall of
Paul
America.
Blart, Mall Cop.
Maggie, you were going to say something and I cut you off.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, that's all right. I was just starting to type in the chat. Maybe I thought maybe y'all couldn't hear me.
Okay.
You're very, very light.
Yeah.
Like, huh.
I hear you just fine. They're
Yeah.
getting old. They need to turn their hearing aids up.
I don't hear it very
That that new mall they built here.
Go
it's like
ahead.
an
Just cover it
outside
like
mall.
this. Go ahead and do it like this, Valerie. I know what you're doing.
That outside mall they built here, they have the mall cops on the segways with the little. Then they got little lights on their helmets. I'm like, really?
I'm sure they just love
I
that.
can run faster than that.
Everything. When I was taking Vanya to work at night, because he has to be there at he works till midnight. And so I'd go to pick him up at that night, and there's a security that rides around all the different parking lots inside their complex. And they got the yellow or the green flashing light going.
Uh-huh.
And so I always call him Ron.
Or they're on golf carts.
Yeah, no, he's
Chasing-
riding around in an Explorer because it's a pretty good place. I don't know whether any of y'all did or not, because y'all kind of old and probably didn't have teenagers at the time. But there used to be a show called 16, which was a cartoon, and there's about this group of teenagers that were 16 that worked at a mall, and there was a rental cop, mall security. His name was Ron. So everybody's Ron now. It don't even matter if it's a female. It's Ron. Around my household.
Speaking of malls, did you see that they're re-releasing the Mall Madness game?
Yeah,
No,
Remember that
I
game?
saw
I
that.
didn't see
That's
that.
gonna be. I think it's gonna be this summer. They're re-releasing it. So
Huh.
No,
I don't know what that is.
when
You
we
remember
lived in
Mall
Charleston,
Madness?
there was no malls. There was only. Good morning, Craig. There was only like strip centers. and they're everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
We moved to Rock Hill, and the time when we moved to Rock Hill, they were opening up the original Rock Hill Mall, and they were like, we're having midnight madness. We're going to stay open to midnight on this day. And you would have thought something really special was going on, but I guess it was for Rock Hill. Is that normally everything closed up about 7 o'clock? But anyway, that was my first experience with the mall, and that was pretty cool. But I thought it was pretty cool back then, and also I was 13 years old. But now I've been to malls. I've been to malls all over the world, so it's nothing different. The best mall to go to, though, is the one that's in Moscow. That's directly across there's a big brick paver plaza that at one end is St. Basil's Church, and then beside it is it's called Red Square, but it's where the Kremlin's at. And then there's Lenin's tomb. Well, directly across the Red Square from Lenin's tomb is the oldest mall in the world.
Wow.
And I know Lenin's got to be turning over in his grave over there, or in his box,
I'm
with the
sure.
fact that Gucci and all that kind of stuff is across the street.
Speaking
Gotta
of
watch out.
that, Tom, have you seen that movie yet? It's called The Hunters.
No.
Oh, I seen the previews for that yesterday or day before, where they're hunting people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you get a chance, you should watch that.
Are they
Was
trying
it
to
on-
locate people, or are they hunting people?
They're hunting people.
Oh, okay.
Is that because there's a movie coming out, I think, in next month with can't think of her name now. I can see her face.
This has Al Pacino in it.
Yeah,
And
I think.
it's a series.
Well, I think they made a movie.
It's
Hillary
called The
Swank.
Hunt. That one's called The Hunt.
Okay, I wonder if it's based off that where they're hunting people.
I don't know.
What's the
But,
show called?
This one is the series has Al Pacino in it. It's really good. It's on Amazon.
I
but
love
yeah,
Al.
if you can get it,
I'm gonna check that one out.
What is it called?
What's it called?
The Hunters.
The Hunters.
Oh.
On Amazon.
I watched a really good movie yesterday.
What'd you watch?
People would like.
It was with Kevin Hart. It's called The Upside Down.
I haven't seen that. I like
Or,
Kevin Hart.
or The Upside. The Upside.
Yeah,
Is that the one where he's with Bryan Cranston in the wheelchair?
Yes.
Yeah, that looks like it's gonna be a good one. I haven't
It
seen it yet.
is. It's really good.
He's like his personal assistant or something.
Oh.
Yes.
I like Kevin Hart. I got to watch all the new Jumanjis, and he's
I want to watch the new one.
those are good.
Hey,
They
Mike.
I will say they left the second one open to make it think that there might be a third one coming out. So
Can I ask a Walking Dead question?
sure,
Go ahead.
Sure.
I seen it.
I watched the newest episode last night, but the program that I used to watch it,
Mhm.
for some reason, the episode, it just kind of stopped and then it went into another TV show, which was weird.
Huh.
It did that for me too. It went to
What was the last scene? Was the last scene Carol crying at the mine?
yeah.
Okay. I just want to make sure that I watched the whole thing.
Why was Carol crying at the mine?
Well, we don't want to say in
We
case
don't want to say
somebody
if you
wants
haven't, if some people
Yeah,
haven't
but-
watched it.
Yeah, but that was the last.
Can't give that up, but
Yeah.
Tom, you can always use your theory.
Yeah, somebody died. That boy with the long hair died down in the mine. Mike is being sacrilegious this morning. We're gonna boot him. He says hunting people wearing a red mega hat. Don't tell me that you've got on the Bernie train, Mike.
Uh-oh. We're
I will
taking
say
a
though,
turn
after
for the
that
worse.
episode, Jeffrey
that?
Dean Morgan. After that episode, Jeffrey Dean Morgan became a little less sexy.
Yeah, me too.
Who did?
Jeffrey Dean
No.
Morgan.
Oh yeah.
Y'all
Really,
listen.
Val?
Yeah.
What did you do? Take a bath or something? Because y'all, when Darrell was all sweaty
Darrell.
and everything, where he'd been out hunting with his
Darrell.
crossbow, and he'd come in dirty and sweaty. Y'all were like,
Whenever
Dirty Darrell.
when he says it like that, I think he's gonna say Darla.
Yeah.
no,
Dirty
Darrell.
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 And that's the thing, you know, like one of the sexiest scenes with Nicolas Cage is in Con Air, when he's all sweaty and dirty and muscly, and that fire comes up behind him. I think that is like the sexiest scene with Nicolas Cage in it. But I honestly, if he was like here right now and he was all sweaty and nasty like that, I'd be like, you better go take a shower before we.
Oh,
He's better
hell no.
looking in
Are you
Hell
kidding?
to the no.
Nikki, the slut would
Nicolas
come out
Cage.
at you, and you'd be all over him like bees on honey.
Nicolas Cage looks better in National Treasure. So where he's all clean cut.
Con Air was no.
I don't
You
like
saw
that
all of his
long.
muscles. He was all muscly and everything.
It's probably airbrushed.
Probably. Just like that Jason Momoa.
Yeah, that commercial.
Oh my god. I hate that. I hate that commercial.
And he takes his
Like-
hair off. That's
Oh,
probably one of the best ones, though. I don't know. That's pretty funny.
it is a good commercial, but
He's like, "Oh, good job, baby."
Yeah.
I was like, how realistic could that really be? How real is that?
That's funny.
I mean,
I
yeah,
don't
you
know.
gotta wonder. It kind of makes you wonder, you know,
Yeah.
what they're doing to us.
You know what commercial I hate right now? And I like, if it's on, I am walking out of the room because it makes me mad. Is that stupid? Well, there's a couple of them actually, but it's where they say free. Like
Oh, I
there's
hate
Oh
those.
yeah,
the one with the game show.
Yeah, I hate
Yes.
I
those.
cannot.
yeah.
I can't. I'm
I
like, okay, I know I see that on. I'm walking out of the
I'm
room.
gonna
Yeah.
throw a shoe
I
at the
can't-
TV,
Yeah.
but
I
I want to punch the TV.
yeah.
oh my god, I hate.
Here's
I don't
free
like
for ya.
commercials.
Have you seen the Enterprise commercial with I don't know who the girl is, and she says, and she drives a truck.
Oh yeah,
I want
Uh,
to drive like a
she's the
mother.
one that does the voice for Bella and or Belle, whatever, in Frozen. Oh, what is her name? The little blonde
And
lady.
they play it
Elsa?
back. They both they
Or
play it
Elsa, yeah.
in a row.
Yeah, I don't like commercials anyway. They're a pain in the ass.
I'm never using Enterprise.
Stop it, Rita.
Some of them are funny, but some of them are just like, what?
Well, if
There-
you want
there's
to talk
the-
about
there's the
hot
other-
people,
Free.
if you
There's
want
the
to talk
other
about hot
one,
people
too.
in a movie,
No, there's the other one too, where the guy's doing the crossword and he's going free, and then he's like, free, free, free.
I don't
And
watch
and his
TV.
wife comes and sit down and says, free. And so he's like, okay, free, writing out the word. It's like,
hate
oh my
those
God, and it
stupid
makes me want to
commercials.
shoot you. I'm sorry.
What is that? What is that commercial for?
It's a tax thing. Was it
that's
TurboTax or something like that?
TurboTax.
Yes.
Or
It's
Hewitt
for tax cut, I believe.
tax something or
Patty.
other, yeah.
Patty said, "Tom, turn the fan on for these women."
I know. I'm gonna tell you what now. In the movie The Long Kiss Goodnight, you know, have y'all seen that or know what I'm talking about? It's got Gina Davis in it.
What is it?
What is
The
it called?
Long Kiss Goodnight.
Oh yeah,
Yes, that's a good
yeah.
movie.
She is a former cleaner
Queen.
Yeah.
for the CIA. Yeah,
Yeah.
she cleans up situations,
Oh, yeah.
people.
Yeah.
Anyway, there's one part where she's cutting vegetables in the kitchen, and she's just cutting like hell, and all of a sudden she flips the knife and throws it, and it sticks in the kitchen cabinet, and she says, "Oh, I'm a chef." Because she doesn't really know what her history is, because she's sort of got
Right.
selective amnesia. But there's one part where she's tied to a wheel, and the bad guy is running her underwater, and she gets out of that sucker and sticks a freaking knife in his head. I mean, she comes out of there all wet and dirty and slinging a big knife. I mean,
Is it my
excuse me,
dad in
I
that
gotta
movie?
has a private time.
Is it my dad in that
Your
movie?
dad in that movie.
Is
Yes,
it my?
he is.
Oh, okay.
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
I
He
thought
was her
so.
handler.
I tell you
He has so many movies.
another good movie. I don't know if you've all watched it. It's called Peppermint. It's
Yes,
got,
I was gonna say that.
it's got Jennifer Garner in it.
Yes.
Really, really good movie.
Yes.
Caught it the other day with Tricia. She'd watched it once and I'd missed it. She said that movie's back on. Sat down and watched it, and it is very, very good.
Yeah, I watched that yesterday.
You gotta watch it.
I was
She's badass in that.
Yeah, it's got a lot of action and the stuff.
From the pretty much from the very beginning.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I was gonna tell Valerie about that one because I think she'd like that one.
It is. She's badass.
Mhm.
She's always in those romance roles and stuff. And
Yeah.
I know, wasn't she an Alias or something like that? Not Alias, but
yeah.
wasn't she?
Alias.
Yeah, but this tops that. It's good.
I've always been a Gina Davis fan. When
I
she was
like
in
Gina Davis.
I
too.
like her.
Cutthroat Island,
Haven't
the
seen that.
parody movie. Oh baby.
My favorite Gina Davis movie will always, well, two of them will be Beetlejuice is one,
Yeah.
and A League of Their Own. I will
Yeah.
watch that every time it's on. I have probably seen it 100 times, and I will watch it 100 times.
That was my mama's movie. Yeah.
Why don't
I
we?
love that movie.
League of Her
I like
Own.
Gina Davis.
That young boy goes, why don't we crawl in the back seat and you make a man out of me? She says, why don't we crawl in the back seat and I just slap you around a little
Yeah.
bit?
Yeah, she was in that Alias.
Yeah.
Jennifer Gardner was.
Have any of y'all seen like Spider-Man Homecoming?
Yeah, I did. I've
I've
seen
seen-
that.
Did you like that?
I didn't
like
really.
I'm not a huge Spider-Man fan, but I like it was okay for what
For
I've
some
seen.
reason, little bits have been coming up on my YouTube playlist,
Mhm.
and to me it seems like it's more of a father-son movie between him and Iron Man.
Yeah.
But
See what I want to see
I
a
think
good one. See Venom.
Yeah. I think
Venom's good.
they've been
They're just-
advertising that one on TV where the guy's robbing the store,
Mhm.
and I'm
Yeah.
waiting. I got too many options for free movies. I'm not
He's-
paying for anything.
Yeah.
it's not
Rita's a
horrible.
troublemaker.
You what?
Rita's a troublemaker. She typed Beetlejuice 3 times in the chat.
Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice.
I love that movie.
I do too. I like when they.
And I'll have it. It's good. It's great background noise too,
Mhm.
because I've seen it so many times. I know what's going on the
Uh-huh.
screen.
So you see it
what
in your
it's
head. You can
Yeah.
watch it in your head.
Yeah, so you don't have to watch it actually.
Yeah.
I think one of my favorite parts is when he throws a zipper on her lips and she goes,
Yeah. Uh, and what's it? Michael Keaton is only like in the movie 15 minutes all
Yeah.
total.
Mhm.
Because that was a big thing that people were said when the movie came out, that he was in it very little, but he was promoted as being the major star in it, which I guess he was. But
Oh yeah.
they're coming out with a second one, which I'm looking forward to see.
Are they?
Yeah. They had the trailer released a couple months ago. It was released. And that's still it's got Gina Davis in it. It's got Alex, whatever his name, Alex Baldwin. Alec
I hate him.
Baldwin. And I don't know, can't remember if Winona Ryder's in it or not. I can't remember. I think she is.
Hmm.
So
Winona's looking a little aged these days.
yeah.
What's that movie with the kids in it on Netflix?
Stranger Things.
Yeah. I'm like, who is she? I know her.
What,
And then
Valerie?
of course, what do? You grab up your pad or your phone and you type Stranger Things cast. And then I'm going down through it and I'm Winona Ryder. That's her.
She
The
is
father, I
type-
think, is in
she-
prison.
She
The guy
is
that
the type
played
of
the father. Huh?
She's the type of person. What?
The guy
You.
that played the father in
Go.
Beetlejuice.
You go.
Yeah, I know.
Tom.
I'm trying.
Tom, shut up.
Jeez.
Oh, I thought you were talking to me.
No, she is the type of person, I think, that she doesn't do a lot of the fillers and Botox, and
Right.
Yeah.
she's more natural than
Mhm.
a lot of, I just don't think she does a lot of that. So it shows, it shows her
Yeah.
age. And
Mhm.
you know, I think that's
I think it's
respectable.
awesome.
Yeah, she looks real. She
Yeah.
doesn't look fake.
Yeah.
You look at the hoes of Beverly Hills or whatever they call housewives
Yeah.
of Beverly Hills. They've all got those poofy lips, and you know they're surprised all the time. It's like, woo.
They push their faces up any further, they're going to be on the backside of their head. Their lips are going to be on the forehead.
Yeah.
They inflate them lips anymore. They're going to go airball.
One of those botch series.
Valerie, we were talking about this movie with Jennifer Garner that is called Peppermint, and I think you'd like that.
Yeah, it's a good,
It's
very good movie.
It has a lot of action in it.
Where's it at?
It's on Sling.
Sling. Yeah, and I don't know if it's on Netflix or not.
I don't think so. I don't have Netflix right now. So right now is my Sling time. I switch around, you know.
Yeah.
Depending on what's
you got
on.
to.
So.
You got to. You know, you gotta
make the most of it.
If Walking Dead is on, then that's what you got. You got, you know, you got Sling, but
you know, another one that's just she's getting to be an old lady and she seems to be proud of it, and that's Sally Fields.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know, she don't
I
look
like
she's
Sally
had any work
Field.
done. But have you seen Goldie Hawn?
Oh,
Goldie
yeah.
Hawn has had some filler put in and stuff like that. She looks terrible.
Yeah, she looks worse now than she did when First Wives Club. You could tell she had it done then. And that's what
She looks worse than what's that movie where they died and then came back? Remember?
Death becomes her.
Yeah.
She's falling apart.
There's a show. I can't remember what the name of it is, but I think it's premiering next weekend, I think, and it has Sally Field in it.
Oh, I've seen that. I've seen the trailer, but I don't remember what it is.
I can't remember what the name of it is, but
because I was shocked she was in it.
It looks really good. It's kind of futuristic, but it looks pretty interesting. So.
But you know, there's a lot of these actresses. They look better now that they're in their 50s than they did when they were younger. You know, they're a lot prettier now than they were back then.
Sure.
Did you know? I wanted to say this, but everybody was talking. Did you know Winona Ryder is from Minnesota? Winona, Minnesota. That's how she's named.
That's why they're doing that commercial.
Yeah, that's why they did that commercial. She's named. She's laying
there in front under the sign. That cop comes up. Ma'am, what are you doing? I'm building a website. She's all bundled up, you know. She's laying in the snow.
Yep.
Right back, I gotta pee.
Sorry,
What
my
a dumb
dogs were
commercial.
flipping out, and because there was a cat outside. There was actually 2 cats on the roof. 2 cats on the tin roof.
Tin roof. Rest.
Yep.
There's this. It's not, we can't access it anymore, but it used to be on the PS4. It's one of these network. I mean, one of these like specialty shows. I mean, stations where they'll play like old movies and TV shows and things like that. They had The Flying Nun on there and all of those old movies and or TV shows, Nanny and the Professor and whatnot. I love those things. That's the reason I don't get nothing done. I turned on the PS4 last night to look for Spider-Man Homecoming and the other one that's there. I mean, it came out right after that one or right before that one. And it did 45 minutes of updates.
Oh yeah.
That's how long it's been since I've had the PS4 turned on, because that's what we used to watch Netflix and Amazon Prime and all of those.
Mine was like over an hour because I hadn't played it, and my daughter's like, "Let's play some Red Dead." I'm like, "It'll be about an hour or so," and sure enough, it took an hour to update everything.
I keep telling Roberta we need to get one of the little thumbnail things that you stick in, thumb drives you put in.
The Comcast.
No. Oh Lord, we're on Spectrum.
Oh, okay, yeah.
No, the little device that you can access the internet through.
The Chromecast or
The what?
the Chromecast?
No, it's not Chromecast.
Like the Roku.
Okay.
Roku.
Yeah,
I told
I
him
got
we
a
ought to get a
Roku.
Roku so we'll quit using the daggum PS4. Well, they're so expensive, baby. When we burn the PS4 up watching TV, you know,
They're
that's gonna
not
be
that
400
expensive.
bucks.
They're
I got
really
a-
not.
Oh, my daughter just bought Roku for $25.
Well, that's
Yeah,
just
they're-
it.
At
We got the
Samsung.
Roku. We got a new TV. We got the Roku TV. It's pretty cool because I can either watch Roku, I can watch, or I can hook my Android box, my media box up to it, and watch my Players Club or Carnage or those streaming services that I have, and I love it.
Yeah. I am so happy. I finally figured out how to work my Firefox on my TV. I was
Fire-
able to watch Walking Dead on
Uh-huh.
my TV, and
Nice.
it was amazing. So finally figured it out.
That's
Of
good.
course, I
After how
didn't
many years
put
have you
too
had it?
much. Huh?
How many years have you had it? Like 2 years?
Yeah, it's been like 2 years that I've had it.
It's all time.
But like
Um,
when I was shown how to use it, it was only like for streaming stuff. It wasn't, you know, I didn't know that I could go in and add apps to the TV because it's a smart TV, and it's definitely smarter than I am apparently. So, you know, but I
At
finally
least 2 years
got it
smarter.
figured out. But
We got my father-in-law a Roku so he could stream YouTube from his TV.
yeah,
And he's got like the 55-inch big old thing in there. Anyway, he's not really that much into, you know, that the technical stuff, like, you know.
yeah,
And the next time I went up there, he had figured out how to download all these other apps on it, and he's got like it's called the Western Channel, I think, or something like that. That is nothing but the old black and white.
oh yeah,
There's a few color ones on there, like where some of the TV series went to when they went to color.
hmm
Yeah, people. Some of these
So-
channels were on black and white, and then you looked at it the next time, and it was in color. Ooh.
So
But anyway, my mother-in-law says he'll sit there and he'll watch those westerns all day long. I said,
Yeah.
better that than Fox TV, right? She says, you got a point there.
yeah.
Does he have cable? Can he get RFD?
Yeah, they've got Spectrum like we do.
See if he can get RFD. He would love that.
I
My,
love
um,
RFD.
Oh my god, my dad loves RFD.
My
Sally Field's show is called Dispatches from Elsewhere,
okay.
and it's on AMC, and it says 4 ordinary people feel there's something missing in their lives but can't quite put their finger on what it is, are brought together by chance, or perhaps it's design, when they stumble onto a puzzle hiding just behind the veil of everyday life. As they begin to accept the mysterious dispatches from elsewhere challenges, they come to find that the mystery winds deeper than they imagined, and their eyes are open to a world of possibility and magic.
Cool.
It
Yeah,
sounds good.
It sounds really good.
What's the name
It
of
does
that?
sound really good. What's the name of it, Sally?
Dispatches from Elsewhere,
Hmm.
and it's on AMC next weekend.
Yeah, that one looked really good.
My mother-in-law likes, is it ID?
ID,
Oh,
yeah.
All the
I am
police
BT.
shows. She loves that.
Yeah.
And sometimes, apparently, it's on a channel that on certain parts of the day, it's something else is on that channel. And then, like after 9 o'clock, then it comes on there. And Roberta will get a phone call at 9:15 at night, and the telephone in the house will say, "Call Betty." And I'm like, okay, ID's down. And she picks up the phone, and it's her mother saying, they preempted ID with some other BS. You know, and Roberta's like, I don't work, I have nothing to do with the program. I don't know what made me think about it, but have you seen the movie The Circle?
Mm-mm.
Circle.
It is a movie that takes place in one room, and it's a circle of people that's been kidnapped by aliens.
Hmm.
And they
Oh, I think so.
they slowly remove people. They kill people off. The aliens do. Anyway, it's like an accident. It's like, boy, this is getting boring, but you're afraid to turn away, turn the channel. That and it supposedly did really good, but it had to be, it was a low budget deal because they only used one set.
Right. That's interesting. I'll have to look that one up.
Oh, I was thinking it was something different.
What's that?
I was thinking that it was, remember, like it was a movie where it was almost like, God, I can't even remember the end of it. But like they eliminate people, like they have all these different people in the room, and if they're trying to figure out, like, because they will just like disappear, they'll just like vanish. Is that
Right.
the one you're talking about? But I looked this up, and it's not a movie, it's a series on
Wait a minute.
Netflix.
Well, it was on Netflix is when I saw it.
Yeah, it's called The Circle. And it says status and strategy collide in the social experiment and competition show where online players flirt, befriend, and catfish their way towards $100,000.
No, that's not it.
Okay, so maybe you and I are thinking about the same movie, because it's a movie.
I was thinking it was called
but
The
I'm
Circle.
thinking, I don't know, but let's see. But I think I know what movie you're talking about. It's like the aliens took them, and
Right.
and like they do something or answer a question or whatever, and they disappear.
Right.
And so the people are trying to figure out, and there's like old, young, there's kids, there's married couples, so they're trying to figure out what it is that makes them disappear or whatever.
It was funny this morning before we started the show, Todd goes, "So what's the topic going to be today?" And I was like, "You never know. You never know. We go all realms."
Yep.
Oh, can I bring up something reseller related?
No.
You must.
Oh, what the hell?
Just kidding.
What the hell kind of show you think this is, Maggie?
No.
I mean, somebody has to keep us on track here, people. Today, eBay for Business is having a YouTube seller town hall live at 2. It's 11 a.m. Central, 11 a.m. Pacific, so I guess that's 2 p.m. Eastern. Ahead of tomorrow, the spring seller update is going to be released. So today they're having
Oh God.
live seller town hall
Scared.
on YouTube ahead of that. It's the eBay for Business channel on YouTube.
Oh,
Okay.
it's eBay for Business. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
I will definitely.
There, that wasn't too painful, was it?
No, it wasn't.
Oh, okay.
I just got to.
I'm always. Oh.
Macari.
Yay.
Sally Ann.
Ah.
It's not The Circle. It's Circle. From 19.
Okay.
Yeah, it's called Circle.
And where's
My
it
bad.
at? Where is it at? Channel.
Let me see.
Cha-ching.
I'll
Get
be
it.
back.
From 2015.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the one that I was thinking of too.
Yeah. That is weird. And if you watch it, you've got to watch it to the last frame.
Okay.
Yeah,
Where's it
because
at?
I can't remember how it ended. I'm gonna have to rewatch it.
Where is it at?
Okay, hang on.
It might still be on Netflix or something like that. I don't know.
Because you will usually tell me where you can watch it. Boo, 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 boo.
Good morning, Vernon. Upside Down. I don't know what that is.
Upside Down is a movie that I was talking about with Bryan Cranston, and
Is that the Upside?
or yeah, that's yeah.
Well, he might have been saying good morning upside down. Picker.
Oh, maybe.
I don't know.
Parasite? I don't think I've seen that.
My neighbors, they were up in the mountains this past weekend, just cruising around, and they went to the place where they filmed the Hunger Games. Supposed to be Area 12. That's up here. It's here in North Carolina.
Huh.
And because they've seen Hunger Games, and they're like, yep. They remember, shots from the Hunger Games.
Right.
On the different cabins that houses are still up there.
You can watch that on Prime, that Circle movie.
Okay.
That's like when we watch The Patriot. Before they go to Charleston and they're at their home. I've been to that house, I don't know, a dozen or so times because it's in historic Bratonville, which is where Roberta and I got married.
Right. Huh.
So it's pretty cool when you see stuff like, you see stuff in the movies that you've been to, and I'm not talking about like, standing in front of Buckingham Palace. I'm talking about, little podunky places,
Yeah. There's well, you probably know about it, Tom, and probably Patty knows. The Thunder Days barn is in Mooresville.
Yeah.
So the barn that they shot in Thunder Days is there.
Days of Thunder.
Oh, Days of Thunder, yeah. Anyway, same difference. Just the words are a little choppy. But yeah, definitely. I think it's cool to be able to go
and do you remember when they're out on the boat? If you've seen the movie, they're out on the lake and they're in a boat, and the guy says, the other driver, Ruddy, whatever his name is, he says, I want to buy that property and I want to put a house up there. And Tom Cruise says, about how much will it cost? And he said, about $1.5 million. Well, a friend of mine's dad owned that property.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he actually owned the property.
Huh. Patty says Tom was at a shotgun wedding in Bratonville.
No, let me tell you, here's how romantic it was. A friend of mine is a notary public. We went to her double wide. We got married. We stopped on the way home at Quincy's, and Quincy's is the other place when we were talking about buffets yesterday. That's what I was trying to think of. We stopped at a Quincy, had dinner, went home, went to bed because I had to be up at 4:30 and she had to be up at 6. That was our wedding.
How romantic.
But and then when I told my mom, I showed my mom my wedding band. I said, Roberta and I got married last night. She's like, you couldn't. She said, where? And I said, we went to a friend's house who's in Notary Public. You couldn't got married in a church, Mom? We're in our 30s. We don't really, all the hoopla.
Yeah.
Because my in-laws spent a fortune when I got married, and it didn't last 4 months.
Right.
Her parents spent a good bit of money, and hers lasted about a year. So we just did our own thing.
Yeah. Sometimes that's what you got to do.
But there was no shotgun involved in it.
Tara says that Jim used to look out his parents' sliding glass door and see the house from Omen 2.
Cool.
Ooh.
That would be freaky. I would avoid that door. That would be me. Because I'd be like, oh, that's just, I'm afraid I'm going to see something, So, and to live in that house, I don't know.
Or Amityville, the Amityville house. Can you imagine?
You know what? Give me, people talk about the Amityville house. Give me the freaking Amityville house. That sucker, you want to pay $2,000 a night to rent that place? You can come spend the freaking night there for $2,000 a night. Every Saturday morning, we would have daggum lines of people down the street. You know, want people getting my $10 admission for people to go through that place. You know, if the homes are going to live there, at least they can help pay the taxes on it.
That's true.
Yeah. Well, that's like
I bet you the Amityville house, I bet the taxes on that place, because it's on Long Island and it's on the Sound. I bet the taxes are out of this world on that place.
Yeah,
I bet so too.
Probably so.
Yeah, baby. You throw some ghosties in it. Like the most haunted place in America is like in Podunk, Texas. And they have a waiting list for people because they rent it overnight. And they have all these stipulations. They have all these stipulations. No Ouija boards, no seances, blah, blah, all this kind of stuff.
That's like the Vasilla axe murder house, you know. It's expensive to get in that little place.
Yeah, if you want to rent it, they'll let you spend the night there. Me personally, no, I'll let the brothers have the place themselves, you know.
Yeah.
Because if I owned a house that was haunted, the first thing I would say when I went in is, I don't care if you live here, do not step out and look down the stairs at me. Do not look at me through the mirror. Because if you do, you're going to find yourself homeless because I will burn this bitch down. If it doesn't kill me from having a heart attack, we're going to burn this place down.
You will be exercised, and I don't mean Richard Simmons.
We'll be living out in the open because if nothing else, if I can't get a fire permit, the bulldozers will be here. Yeah, I'm glad Texas Tigress agrees with me. Yeah, baby, if it's haunted, let's make some money off of it.
Yep. That's what we did with an old school here, and they're still renting it out here in Ohio. An old school that was built in 1937. It's as haunted as you can think. Of course, they helped it a little bit, so when they didn't have to do that, but it still helped it get its fame. But we quit going because we didn't want to be associated with the fake part of it.
Right.
So I just pulled my team out, closed up shop, and left. I said,
Taurus said that Jim would have been in the Omen too if he had not gone to Disney.
Wow.
That damn Disney gets in the way of everything. He would have been famous.
Seems that way. Sure seems that way.
The Omen, that's the one where the little boy is
Damien,
about the devil, or
Damien.
He is the devil, yeah.
I never watched.
That's a creepy movie. The first one had Karen Black in it? Was it the original? Those are creepy movies.
I don't like when kids are depicted as evil.
Yeah.
I have a hard time with that.
I don't like kids being abused in movies or any of that kind of stuff. That really bothers me. I know I'm not the ghost. I mean the Omen part of it, but I know the other stuff goes on, but I guess I like to blanket.
And I know they try to make it look as fake as possible for the kids, so that the kids aren't scared of it,
right?
And stuff like that. But like, I mean, is there a reason? Real reason why the kid in what was it? That little blonde girl.
Oh, Poltergeist.
Oh.
Yeah, she died at a very young age.
Yeah.
That whole movie was cursed, though. There was a lot of people that died in that.
Yeah.
In that movie. In the whole process.
The creepiest thing in that whole movie is that old man with the black hat.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's been a lot of people have claimed to have seen that particular entity to begin with. The man in the black hat. People that we've talked to. So when I first seen that movie, I had read books and stuff like that about the man in the black hat, and when I first seen it, I was like, oh my god. I was just a kid, but still, I've read every paranormal book there was at that age that I could get my hands on, and he was one of a lot of the stories in those books, the skinny old man in the black hat. And when they showed that scene, him at the door, it freaked me the frig out. You know, I kind of jump back from the TV. I'm like, is the man in a black hat? You know, nothing else scared me but that, because I have read about him. You know, he's a creeper type thing. It's weird.
You know, kids in movies and kids in TV shows that being killed. I remember when in Walking Dead, I think it was season 2 when they're on the farm, and Carol's daughter has been bitten, and she comes out of the barn, and they're killing the walkers as they come out, and then she comes out. I don't remember the child's name. You know, all of them just like freak out, and then Rick has to step up, and this is like 12 seasons ago, so I'm not. If you haven't seen it by now, baby, you're crap out of luck. Then Rick shoots her. Well, in the Talking Dead part, or Rick puts her down. In the Talking Dead part, right after it, they said that they had to shoot the shot like it was, because you could not show a child directly being shot. You know, that's against the rules.
Yeah.
But you know, I thought that was pretty interesting.
Yep.
I like the Talking Dead better than I did the Walking Dead.
It's got a lot of insight, you know.
Which I like all the extra stuff's on CD or DVDs. You know, the behind the scenes, the commentary by the producers. Roberta is a big Sense and Sensibility fan.
Oh, Jane Austen.
Yeah, and she's anything Jane Austen she likes. We were watching.
They got that new one coming out, Emma.
Yeah.
New movie coming out.
We were watching. She has seen so many different variations of sensibility. She knows what's going to happen. The ship is going to sink. You know, you know, Titanic is another Titanic movie comes out. The ship sinks. Yeah. Anyway, so we were watching Sense and Sensibility, and there was Emma Thompson and somebody, the girl that was in Titanic.
Oh, what's her name?
Kate Winslet.
I'm flying, Jack. I'm flying.
Yeah,
that one.
Kate Winslet.
Yeah. They were doing voiceover commentary during the movie, and there's this one shot where they it's just a panoramic B shot type filler. And they're showing this pasture, and Emma Thompson says, "Where did the sheep come from?" Because when they were filming, they didn't know didn't notice a pasture full of sheep. But you know, just hearing them talk about, well, we had to reshoot this one 5 times because a plane would fly over, like it was circling the land at a local airport.
Yeah,
we like that kind of stuff. I mean, you know, we like to see the behind the scenes. In The King and I with Jodie Foster, there's a scene where she's coming out of the palace, and then she steps on the ground and walks into a garden. Well, between the palace and the garden is like 500 miles.
Oh.
So they cut when she stepped off the back patio of the palace. They cut it there, and when she started walking into the garden, that, you know, they had to add that to it. Anyway, I'm old. It doesn't take much to entertain me.
Brandon watched a movie the other day. It was called Titanic 2. And I said,
that is the stupidest damn movie.
People are stupid. People are stupid if they think that they could build a ship and call it Titanic 2 and it not sink to the bottom of the ocean.
No, I'm not.
You just dragging that karma.
I'm not worried about the name Titanic, because that's not the Titanic on the bottom of the Atlantic. That's the Olympic. The whole what do you call it? The theories. What do they call it?
Conspiracy theories.
Conspiracy theories. Yeah. There's a big like hour-and-a-half YouTube show, which is from the BBC, talking about the fact that that's not the Titanic, that's the Olympic.
Where's the Titanic at then?
The Titanic has now been scrapped because what they did was they changed the names. Okay, here's the story real short.
Okay.
The Olympic was in a accident twice. while the Titanic was still being built. And the Olympic, they never could get the hull straightened out, so it tilted to one side, it listed. So the theory is that during the night, one weekend, they shut down the whole, the Olympic was having some repairs done to it in the same section where the Titanic was. And during the night, they changed the names on the ships and they changed all the lifeboats, and then they repositioned the two ships because the Titanic had a list in it and the Olympic afterwards did not have a list in it. So that's the conspiracy theory. Oh, because they couldn't get the Olympic, they couldn't get insurance on the Olympic. So they got rid of the Olympic by renaming it the Titanic, and the Titanic, went to the bottom. The Olympic went to the bottom. So they got insurance money from it.
Wouldn't people know though, if they'd been on the other ship, that it is like, the banisters and the big, like all the inside, how the inside was, built and designed? Wouldn't they know that it was the other ship? You know what I mean?
I don't know, Sally, because the people that were on the Titanic / Olympic
are dead.
They wrote that but one time. But they've got all, they got all of there's all this and another thing you got to remember, back in that time, the people that allegedly did all the swapping and repainting and all that kind of stuff, that was a time when the man said, you will do this, we will compensate you, but you will keep your mouth shut for the rest of your life, or.
Yep. And
those people were, those poor old Irishmen, they did exactly what they were told.
Oh, heck yeah.
Don't mess with me this morning, girl. I'm not a flat earther.
Tom's wound tight today.
I just but I like stuff like that. I would rather watch, good documentaries about something I find interesting than,
My sons listen to all these podcasts about all kinds of different stuff, conspiracy theories. And, yeah, you can find all kinds of stuff.
I mean, it's pretty interesting, the some of the research they do, and
that's pretty cool. Frankie says, I watch several urban exploration people on YouTube. Want to see ghost stuff happen. Oh. Watch C's Crazy Crossroads. He didn't believe in ghosts, but does now. Huh.
I tell you what, that episode of Ghost Hunters that was down in, where did Lori go? Well, it was down in Florida, where the light tower, the lighthouse, and they're at the bottom of it, and they're looking up, and something looks over the railing at you. Now, I know that could be all fake, but in that instant, man, the shivers went up my back like there was no tomorrow.
Yep. Well, just like when me and Sally went to that one place, that the railroad tracks and then the graveyard.
Oh, Parashini, yeah.
Parashini, yeah. We went there and there was little kids' handprints all over the truck.
Yeah, the back of the
truck on the window.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, I went to go get something out of the back, and I'm like, what the hell? Because little kids' handprints, and there were feet prints too.
Yeah.
On the back of the topper.
Yeah.
Right.
So it was pretty crazy.
Yeah, that was crazy. But
did y'all stop and have a couple of cold ones or six after that little situation? or let me rephrase that. Had y'all had a cold one or six before you went out there?
No.
We were excited about it. I mean, that was.
Yeah.
I wish we would have taken a video of that.
I know.
That would have been great.
Yeah.
Texas Tigress. What is her name?
Frankie.
Frankie. You saw which one?
Which
The
one?
Titanic one?
Oh.
The ghost hunters in Florida, the lighthouse. Hey, Rise and Grind. Because I'm one of these people that I don't really, I've never been exposed to anything ghosty. So I really don't believe in ghosts. But it's still, some of this crap will make you,
Well, I mean, just like the thing with Mike, you know, that whole thing with Mike, I mean, he was definitely here.
Oh yeah.
You know, I mean, he showed himself.
No, I don't want nobody walking through the house.
Yeah.
I don't believe in ghosts, but I don't not believe in them either.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
I don't really know what to think of it.
T-shirt, Nikki. I don't believe in ghosts, but I don't believe it.
I understand that, but until it happens to you, then that will definitely put you over the edge to the believer side.
The only time I really had an experience with something like that was when I was my grandma died when I was like in 5th grade, and she lived with us. And I fell asleep on the couch watching TV. And this was a couple days after I think it was like the day or two after she died. Anyways, I saw her in the doorway of her room. It was just off the living room. Winding a skein of yarn, which she didn't crochet or knit or anything, but her eyesight was too bad. But I saw her winding a skein of yarn, and she was standing there. And my parents told me I was seeing things because I just woke up, but who knows?
Yeah.
My mother-in-law swears up and down that she saw her sister standing at the end of a hallway. My mother-in-law was babysitting my niece, or her niece's granddaughter, or her niece's daughter, which would have been her sister's granddaughter. Anyway, she said she was watching TV, and she turned and looked down the hall of the trailer that these people were living in, and she saw she saw her sister, who she loved her sister very much, standing at the end of the hallway, and then she just like turned and walked into the baby's room. So she said she jumped up and ran down there because, she was pretty sure it was Carol, but she wasn't, it could be somebody else that had come in the back door. So she ran down there, and the baby had kicked her covers off, and she put her hand on the baby, and her body was kind of cool, So she thinks that Carol was saying, the baby's getting cold, you need to come check on her.
Maybe, yeah.
And
I believe in a lot of stuff like that.
But she and her sister were like this.
Sure.
And she just believes it.
I believe that there's a lot of angels and people that have passed on that give us signs to make us get up and do something.
Yeah.
They look over the house while we're.
And I believe in that. I believe that my loved ones up in heaven are watching over me.
Yeah.
Sure.
My mom and my brother and my sister and stuff. But do I think they're like sitting here next to me? Probably not. That the auctioneer, the auction I go to, the original auctioneer, his dad had passed away not too long ago. And there was this lady at the auction, and she was an old lady who she walks hunched over with a cane, and she's known him for years and years and years, and she's probably 80 or something. Anyways, she said she saw it the night, because they had an auction the night he died. They didn't tell anybody that he had died. Nobody knew but the family. They just went through the auction because they were standing around the bed while he was passing away. And they're discussing amongst themselves, maybe we should cancel the auction. As soon as he said we should cancel the auction, his dad's leg kicked.
He's like, maybe we shouldn't cancel the auction because he didn't believe in canceling auctions. He was the
Right.
old school auctioneer. You don't cancel, you're constantly hustling, you're constantly go, go, go.
Yeah.
Anyways, and when his son is canceling auctions to go fishing or whatever, oh God, he gets so angry, you know. Well, anyways, so nobody but the immediate family knew that he had passed away. And that night at the auction, and he went and he did that auction. I don't know how he did, but he did. And well, this woman was telling after she found out that he had passed away, she goes, I saw him sitting in his chair. She says, I was across the room. She says, and by the, you know, she walked slow and hunched over. She said, by the time I got over to the chair, he was gone.
Mhm.
And she was like, dang it, where the hell did he go? You know, I just walked all the way over here to talk to him, you know? So you never know. I mean, and this lady, and she says, I don't believe in that stuff. She says, but I sure as hell believe in it now.
Yeah.
You know, and she's an 80-some-year-old lady. So, I mean, you know, but she saw it, she said, you know, and so you never know. I mean,
Well, and that's kind of one of those sayings, you know, you don't believe in it until you
I
do.
don't-
You know.
I mean, other than Sally, I don't call people nuts that believe in it.
When Sally was talking about guardian angels and whatnot, my grandnephew is 8 years old, and he is all little boy. He is wound up tight from the time he gets up in the morning till night. He passes out at night, and his mother's got it's a print, and it's got a really nice frame on it because she said it's going to stay in his room the rest of her life. And it's a little boy laying on a bed, and there's like baseball bats and gloves and toys all over the room. And sitting in a chair is a guardian angel, and the guardian angel's just like sleep, and his halo's over here hanging off of his head. He's got dirt and mud all over his robes, you know. He just looks like he's been rode hard and put up wet. And but she said that's got to be his guardian angel, because he is going full blast all the time. And I've always liked that print ever since she got it. But she says it's going to stay in his room, wherever his room happens to be at in her house, for the rest of her life.
Wow.
Yeah. But I mean, you know, we believe in Jesus and all this other stuff. I mean, that's kind of the same thing. I mean, you know, we believe in all that, some of us, you know, so it's kind of the same thing, really. I mean, you know.
If Lori ever gets back into the ghost hunting business again, or I would, I told my mother-in-law that, you know, we'd go to Ohio so she could go with Lori ghost hunting, because she's really into it. And, you know, she believes that she has the sight, but we wanted to go with somebody that I would feel like is legit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
It's like the ghost hunters, you know, they were busted for setting up stuff. So.
Oh yeah. You know, a lot of that reality TV, that's how it is.
Yeah.
They have to set up the shot, you know, and make it look good.
Well, and they're not gonna get people to watch if you know, if it's just, you know, boring. If they don't get anything, I mean, you know, and that's what Lori said. I mean, she said the majority of the time it's, you know, you don't get anything, but you know, so you gotta make hay when the sun shines, as Nikki would say.
Yeah. Well, you know, back when Storage Wars first came out, you know, if all the units just went out of this world in prices, you know, you could usually pay like $100 for a fairly decent unit. And all of a sudden it's going for $1,100. Well, I went to a live auction not too long ago, and prices are kind of getting back to where they were at. And I was talking to a guy that I know, and actually buy some stuff from him on occasion. And he says, you know, we were talking about when the prices, you know, skyrocket. And he's like, you know, I've thought about doing a class action suit against the Storage Wars people. I said, why? He said, because it's been proven that they faked this stuff, and that affected our business. I'm like, well, you got plenty of money. If you want to spend $50,000 to see what you can do, you knock yourself out.
Wow.
Because he said it was all fake and it affected everybody's business. But I said, you know, you're taking advantage of people anyway. You're buying the down and out people's stuff, you know. He's like, shut up. I hear that from my sister-in-law.
Oh my God.
I don't believe in Bigfoot.
I think there's a Bigfoot out there. I just don't.
Well, we have the lizard man here in North Carolina.
We have dog.
Isn't that what it's called,
here.
Patty? The lizard man?
Yeah.
Who was it that had the Bigfoot channel? Was it the guy that hung out with Dusty?
Yeah, Steve Alcorn.
Was it Steve Alcorn that had the
I believe so. Yeah. Yeah, he was very much into that. Yeah, he was a believer.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Mike says, well, folks didn't find anything for the 27th time in a row. Tune back in. Yeah. You know,
Keep
they
on
don't really
track.
find anything, but they have a few. What is it where they have the sounds, and they'll play the tape back, and they'll say, "What do you hear?"
Yeah.
And I don't hear squat, but then they say it's saying Henry, and they play it back, and you hear Henry.
Yeah. Yeah. Something about that ain't right.
Yeah, that's it. Frankie has ghosts in her house.
Who does?
Frankie Tigress, she said her mom felt like she was being choked. Like,
You still talking about ghosts?
Yeah, we're talking about ghosts.
We were talking about you. You didn't hear your name, but your ears weren't burning.
Well, no, I didn't have my earbuds in. I was talking to the pre-registration lady on the phone for my surgery next week.
Oh.
So I got to go have lab work done and EKG and all that stuff that they do before.
And they moved
surgery.
it. Did, you
Yeah,
said
they moved it.
till next.
They moved it to Tuesday. Well, she wrote it down wrong. She wrote it on my paper as the 25th, which was for today, and her paper she wrote the 3rd.
Oh my
So
gosh.
that's why I never got any calls. And I'm like, I don't even know what time I'm supposed to be there tomorrow. I didn't get no calls. And she's like,
was she at least
they couldn't.
apologetic about it? I mean,
Huh?
was she at least apologetic about it?
She's like, well, where did you get the 25th? I said, you wrote it on my paper. I said, that's your handwriting, not mine. She said, I wrote it on there. I said, well, somebody looks like you wrote it on here.
I was late to a doctor's appointment 30 minutes one time, and they said, I'm sorry, we've already put somebody else in your space because you were late and you didn't call. And I went, phew. I pulled out my little card they give me, and it said, today's date at 10 o'clock. It is now 10 o'clock. She said, well, we had you down at 9 o'clock.
Well, that ain't my problem.
This is your little card that you gave me.
Did they see you?
So fit me in. Squeeze me in.
No, we
you
just
hate when they do
rescheduled it
that?
because I don't like sitting there for that. What you singing, Maggie?
What's
They
that?
never had a pre-op, but then they had no intention on doing the surgery today because you have to have a pre-op.
Maggie's got her sheet music out. She's going to sing for us.
Oh, I'm not gonna sing. I'm learning a
Don't
new.
do a surgery without a pre-op unless it's an emergency.
What do you got?
It's called All Dressed Up with a Broken Heart.
Huh.
Oh, that sounds like that's a really happy.
Sounds like a country song.
I know. I'm going down to the
truck
swamp.
and a beer.
It might have been. It might have been.
It looked like she like looked at to see what was like. She didn't really intentionally have the music pointed at the camera for, it just accident. You better make sure you have know what you're pointing at the camera.
Yeah.
We don't want those naked men that you like to download.
God. Todd.
All righty. It's 11:10.
I know you're late. Usually at 5 till you're like, oh, I gotta go here.
Oh, Roberta said she could see me down at from her chair that she was in. She could look out the window and see where I was sitting. And she said, I can see you with your phone doing like this and your other hand doing like that. I said, yeah, they kept saying, what are you doing? Y'all have a marvelous day. Make it a great day.
You too, Tom. Have a great one.
Thank y'all for tuning in for Valerie's show.
Get lots of, it's our show. It's not my show. It's our show. It's everybody's show.
Bye, everybody.
We'll see y'all later. Have fun.
Bye.
Bye.
See you tomorrow.